Hey there, everyone. This is Robert Sierra, your local mortgage loan advisor, making sure you guys have all the information to keep you in the know on what's happening with rates and just what's happening with mortgage news in general. And right now, hot topic that I've been seeing on MSN as well as Yahoo News is people talking about the APR and how the APR is falling off a cliff. The Fed had a meeting last week to lower interest rates by 25 basis points, which is a quarter percent when it comes to the rate cut, how that affected the market and what's going on. Now, first and foremost, as I mentioned, we're going to go ahead and knock out the APR question. People are asking, what is the APR and how does that relate to me? An APR is the annual percentage rate of your loan. You're going to see that, come up on some of your guys's what's called an LE, a loan estimate, and CD, the closing disclosure. That may change from the LE to the CD because sometimes fees do change between there, and usually they're for the better. It's not like you're going to have to pay an exorbitant amount of money for those fees on the CD. You're going to probably see less than a 10% decrease or increase with inside of those costs. Now, back to the APR, what that is, at the annual percentage rate, that is all the lender fees and the total interest you would pay over the life of the loan. Then we would divide that by the principal amount of the mortgage. One more thing to add to it is you would divide that by the new total of the number of the days and the loan term. So I know it's, a lot of calculation there, it's dividing fractions, all that other stuff. It's actually quite simple when we can have a conversation and I can show you the mortgage calculator that I want to make sure that you guys can have full access to seeing what your APR would be when you make a phone call out to me, because I want to make sure you guys are held by the hand and walked across that finish line. So making sure that you guys have all the information you need and no question is left unanswered, because you know what? And I'm even going to say this. There's no dumb question. I take it back. The only dumb question is the one that's not asked. And you know what? If I don't have that right away answer for you, we will find it together. And you know what? We'll make sure that it is seamless when you understand what you're getting into. Okay, now back to, what everyone was talking about last week as far as the Fed meeting and cutting interest rates by 25 basis points, quarter of a percent. Now, how that affected the market. It didn't really affect it too much because I've been saying this for almost a year now, whenever they've been cutting the rates, that lenders, the big lenders and Fannie Mae, Ginnie Mae, and Freddie Mac, they've all been cut, basically baking that in to what the interest rates are now so they can recoup some losses when the Fed eventually does cut rates. So we've been seeing them, yesterday the average closing for a conforming loan was 6.2%, which is a good rate. It's still an all-time low for the year. And then for an FHA, it's 6.024, which, hey, that's still a great rate considering historic in the past 40 years. We've seen them in the double digits in the past 40 years. And I'm sure no one wants to see interest rates go higher than what they are now. But still, like I always say, you're going to hear me say it over and over and over. Strike while the iron's hot, because you know what? Sometimes when those interest rates start to go lower, then you will see it's a buyer's market and prices will eventually go up. And I want to make sure that you guys are in the know. So when you go and make that purchase, we can get you through and get you the loan estimate that you want and you want to understand it. We'll walk through every scenario possible that you would possibly be available for. So the realtor can just say, "This is the house you want to see? Cool. Where's your pre-approval? Oh, Robert got me it. Here it is. All right, let's sign the contract and get you into this house. And if all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, we can get you the keys within 21 days, because we're wanting to make sure that you have all the information needed. And realtors, if you're watching this, yes, I did say 21 days, not 30, not 45, because hey, I want to try to make sure that clients have everything up front and are knowledgeable about what the process is. So that will alleviate you from having to go through and answer any other questions, because I want to be that person that has the answers for them and being able to deliver them to you with a bow on it. So we all can make sure that A, the buyer knows what they're getting into, and B, they get the home that they want, whether it be a starter home, whether it be an investment home, or maybe even what's called a move up buyer. So they can move up into their dream home, have that starter home. Then, hey, maybe they have a new addition to the family and they need more room, what have you. Then they'll be able to get that bigger home that they deserve, they want, since they do have the knowledge at hand, they do have the professionals at hand that I get them across the finish line that they want to get across. So again, all my information will be down below. Your mortgage loan advisor, Robert Sierra with LENDMIRE, and I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you. Talk to you soon.